For signs you're being protected by a higher power. There comes a time in life when you realize it was never luck, never coincidence, never even your own doing. The pain, the delays, the rejections, the endings, all of it was protection in disguise. Welcome to Stoic True Wisdom, where we embrace the silence, walk the ancient path of resilience, and rise through wisdom. Let's uncover the invisible hand that's been guiding you even when you didn't see it. Sign 1. Everything you desperately wanted slipped away. You chased it with your whole heart. That relationship, that dream, that one opportunity that felt like everything. You visualized it. You sacrificed for it. You attached your identity to it, and then it disappeared. But here's what most people never realize. What you lose isn't always punishment. Sometimes it's a rescue. Sometimes the thing you thought would complete you would have destroyed your peace slowly. Marcus or Aurelius once said, "Accept whatever comes to you, woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs?" It didn't happen by accident. That closed door, it saved you from a slow spiritual erosion, a misaligned path, a version of yourself that was settling for far less than what you're capable of becoming. You're being pulled away from what weakens your spirit, even if your ego is screaming to hold on. That's not rejection. That's redirection by something higher than logic. Sign 2. You stop reacting and start observing. Something powerful happens when you stop being triggered. You used to react to everything. Criticism shook you. Ghosting shattered you. Disrespect sparked fury. You used to beg to be heard. Now you choose silence over chaos. You've shifted from emotional reactivity to inner observation. From being pulled by everything around you to anchoring yourself within. And the world doesn't know how to handle this new version of you. Why? Because you no longer dance to the frequency of dysfunction. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Marcus or Aurelius. When you master your reactions, you stop leaking energy. You stop being easy to control. You stop giving people power they never earned. That is divine protection. It's not just spiritual, it's practical. You become your own sanctuary. And when your inner world is peaceful, the outer world loses its grip on you. Sign 3. You're being isolated but not broken. Have you noticed people are leaving? You're becoming quieter. Plans are falling through. You're not as available, not as included, not as seen. At first, it feels like punishment, but in reality, you're being pulled inward for purification. Associate with people who are likely to improve you. Seneca. Sometimes the universe isolates you because too many voices were drowning your intuition. Too many hands were holding you back from evolving. You were surrounded but not supported, connected but not truly seen. So now solitude is making you sovereign. You're learning to sit with yourself, to hear your inner voice, to trust your instincts. This isn't loneliness. This is spiritual training. It's hard, yes, but it's holy, because only when the world quiets down do you finally hear the truth within you. That's not abandonment. That's protection from low vibrations, from emotional noise, from energy that distracts and derails your growth. Sign 4. You lost something you thought you couldn't live without, and you're breathing easier. You were devastated when it ended. You thought it would break you, that you couldn't live without them, or that life wouldn't feel the same without that thing, that dream, that place. But now, after the grief, after the dust, there's peace. You can't explain it, but something inside you feels lighter. That's your soul exhaling. That's your nervous system releasing years of tension. That's your spirit finally free. You didn't realize how much weight you were carrying until it was gone. The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. Epictetus. Here's the truth most never say. Sometimes God or the universe or fate doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what will set you free. You didn't let go. It was taken because you wouldn't. You were addicted to a version of comfort that was killing your greatness. And something higher knew that unless it was ripped away, you'd never rise. These signs aren't random. They don't happen to everyone. They happen to those who are being called into something deeper. You're not cursed. You're being refined. You're not being punished. You're being prepared. You're not being abandoned. You're being aligned. At Stoic True Wisdom, this is what we stand for. For those who want more than noise. For those who crave depth, clarity, and quiet strength. Don't chase, become. Don't react. Reflect. Don't beg, build. Subscribe to Stoic True Wisdom and walk with us on the path where silence becomes strength and truth becomes freedom.